Okay, welcome back. We're doing the 5 tips to prevent summer slide and help our kids to get caught up. So we're at number 3, which is draw. Oh, this is my favorite one. What better time than during the summer than to reinforce drawing for our kids? And by the way, I know some of you are like, yeah, but I don't have that kid who's on the autism spectrum who's a great artist. And you know what I want to lovingly say to you? You don't know. You don't know, because sometimes they have skills that emerge later on, and sometimes it really depends on the medium. I have seen kids that were like, I can't, like with a crayon, draw something, but if you give me pieces of paper to tear and make a collage, I can make it look like a parrot. And you go, whoa, what is that skill? So, again, whatever age, whatever skill level, meet them where they are. So for babies and for little kids, having them use food to draw is perfectly acceptable. I've been to art classes where they throw a bunch of vanilla and chocolate pudding onto a piece of paper and they let the kids go to town. And the reason why they do it with pudding is because if the kid happens to stick something in their mouth, or at that stage where they could do that, it's not going to harm them, assuming that they're not allergic to pudding, right? But you absolutely can do that, but letting them play in the textures of it. When I was a kid back in the day before we had toys, in the dark ages, we made mud pies, right? And that tactile sensation of it, really, really cool. So give them the opportunity and play with textiles. I love that on Pinterest they have so many things, projects for kids of all level, of all ability. Keep in mind that for all kids, the act of doing art isn't necessarily going to be reinforcing. Some kids are going to take to it and be like, this is my passion. Other kids are going to be like, my son was always like, oh, I really want to do this. And he would sit down and he would draw 2 things and he would go, and I am done. Peace out, right? And that's okay too. Don't push it any further than where they're having a good time. But we do want to push them to do it for a little while, and we want to pair that with whatever is reinforcing, whatever reinforcer you need to put on. And for some kids, that's going to be, headphones so that I get to tune out the noise. For other kids, it's going to be music that's playing, or some kids it's scents that you can diffuse an oil that they really particularly like and helps to mellow them. Some kids want to do art projects with other kids and some don't, right? But don't be afraid to play with mediums. One of my favorite things is taking inexpensive duct tape of different colors and newspaper, right? And you can even do this with magazines too. And if you want to, you can, before the kids come, set it up, and you take the newspaper and you roll them into tubes, like 2 or 3 pieces at a time, and you roll it into a tube. And you put just a little piece of tape so that it holds it into a tube. And then they take the newspaper and you show them how to do it. You take the duct tape and basically it's like making balloon animals, but it's not a balloon, it's not going to pop, and you hold it in place with the duct tape. So you can make a giraffe out of it. You can make a abstract sculpture out of it, but the material that you're using are these tubes. They're very flexible because it's only like 2 or 3 pieces of newspaper, and you can mold it into the shapes that you want. We have a whole series here on Autism Live that are called Smarty. It has its own playlist on our YouTube channel and also on our website, and it has activities for every month, and some, you can do April and November, right? And it links directly to things that you're working on and helps you to know whether you're working on a pincer grasp or whether you're working on hand skills or whether it's executive functions that you're working on. So I really encourage you to look at the Smarties. Don't be afraid to make a mess. And don't be afraid to praise your child no matter what their art project looks like. I was one of those parents that thought, oh, my kid's just not one of the art kids. But when he sits down and he does his 2 drawings, they're really good, and I let them know you're an artist. Build their self-esteem. Drawing works on so many different things. It works on conceptualizing to go, from here to here. Great thing. Works on imagination. It works on pincer grasp. It works on sensory issues. Art is amazing. So have your kids draw. I also want to say too, if you've got older kids and you're looking to do something really exciting, there's a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. Whether you do the book and then transfer the information to them, or you have them do it with you side by side, it's filled with amazing exercises that actually help your child to be able to move something from the right side of their brain to the left side of their brain and back, and helps you to deal with anxiety that comes up at different times because of that transfer of information. It's fascinating. All right, we got a quick break and then we're coming back to do the other two really quick. Stick with us. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.